bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Next year, the Lions Club will celebrate 100 years of service worldwide. Here on Grand Bahama, the members of the Lions Club have adopted the Lewis Yard Primary School, and this morning, the Lions visited the school to make a special donation. Megan Shepard was there.
Members of the Lions Club making a special donation to the students of Lewis Yard Primary School. Districts 35N and 35I have been collecting reading books to donate to the school's library. District Governor for 35I in North Florida, David Skillen, says they took it as a challenge to supply as many books as possible. Past District Governor for 35N here in Freeport, Dudley Ben, says it is a pleasure to make the presentation to their adoptive school, which has a Lions Quest program for the students.
That's a program to help kids with behavior problem, improve their grades, teach them how not to get involved in drugs, alcohol, and all of that good stuff.
And one of the things that we're going to do going forward is we're going to try and turn the library here into what we would call a legacy project, something that we will continue to do every single year until there is no longer a need for that. But I have a feeling that since we have so many children, we're always going to have a need for books.
Incoming International President Bob Curlew on island and says it is a joy to see the work that the Lions Club is doing on the island. He notes that they are involved in a variety of outreach programs.
We have a number of programs like our Quest program that past Governor Dudley was talking about that deal with the young people, with the youth and youth involvement. And around the world, we help those who suffer from hunger. We have an extensive hunger relief program. We help those who have difficulty reading, and one of our major programs is to help with natural disaster relief.
Principal Sandra Bullitt notes that the Lions Club has been extremely generous to the school over the past 2 years, and she says she is grateful for their latest act of kindness.
Mr. Dudley Bent, he made sure that he provided professional development for every single teacher. A trip to Orlando where we learned about social emotional learning. So we are so grateful for that. And it did not just stop there. They came and provided free eye testing, provided glasses for students in need. So the Lions Club has done so much so far, and we're just grateful for their donation that they're about to give us today. And we just ask that God continue to bless them as they continue to serve.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Megan. In other news, the Grand Bahama branch of the Cancer Society holding its annual forum this week at the BPSU Hall. Our Kimberly Mullings was there.
The month of May is recognized internationally as Cancer Awareness Month. The Cancer Society of the Bahamas hosts an information forum each year on different cancers, which the president of the Grand Bahama branch, Lauren Miller, finds important.
We chose bone cancer and we chose childhood cancer because we have been seeing a little mark in those two sets of cancer, and a lot of persons don't know about those cancers.
Orthopedic surgeon Dr. Freeman Lockhart made a presentation on bone cancer, a fairly rare form of the disease.
Since I've been here in Freeport, me personally have seen about four to five cases, and I've been here since 2009. So as you can see, when you think about cancer prevalence and the frequency you see other cancers like breast and colon and prostate, bone cancer is relatively rare.
Pediatrician Dr. Frank Bartlett presented on childhood cancer and some of the challenges associated with it, like statistics and the actual burden of the disease itself.
Since the numbers are so small, on average as a pediatrician you may not see cancers or at least one cancer every 5 to 7 years. So as far as saying having the clinical skills to be able to detect and having an index of suspicion to make sure that you do catch the cancers and stuff, you always have to be very, very vigilant. And when we're talking about approaching the different signs and symptoms you see presenting in the child, that has to be a consideration.
Both presenters, Lockhart and Bartlett, find information forums beneficial for the public as well as themselves as healthcare providers.
The more persons know about the various different types of cancers, what to look for, what treatments are available, then hopefully the whole word about early diagnosis and prevention can get through to people.
We need to empower the people by giving knowledge, by sharing knowledge and talking about different type of things, hearing what the concerns are, That's the only way we're going to make some impact and make some changes and make our healthcare system better in the Bahamas.
Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
In other news, Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama Nico Grant is giving parents a helping hand before the start of the new school semester and giving them one less item to worry about when they make back-to-school purchases. The area representative visited Lewis Yard Primary School bearing gifts of school bags for each student on Monday. Grant acknowledges that his gifts came early with just weeks before school closes. He says it is important to help out in any way that he can, particularly with Lewis Yard being one of the more economically depressed communities.
We have a struggling economy. I appreciate that parents shop during the summer months for back-to-school supplies for their children. And what I did last year was present the backpacks after the summer. And I believe a number of parents had already purchased backpacks. So what I'm doing this year is presenting them in advance so that the money the parents would have used to buy backpacks, they can use it for something else.
Now, the gifts were accepted warmly by students at the school during a short presentation where they sang their appreciation. School principal Sandra Bullard says Grant has been a longtime supporter of the school. She expressed gratitude on behalf of the students and their parents.
The kids are grateful. Anything that they receive, they are very grateful for. And it helps parents to save some funds. Instead of purchasing backpacks, now they can focus on purchasing more books. So the students are always excited when Honorable Nico Grant comes because he always comes with his hands wide open and he always gives us gifts. So we just always like to extend back our gratitude for the gifts that he has given to us.
And now it is time to ask the doctor.
Welcome. As I wrap up this topic on alcohol use disorder, I will review some of the signs that might indicate if you or someone close to you has a problem with drinking. Alcohol use disorder can be mild, moderate, or severe based on the number of symptoms, which may include being unable to limit the amount of alcohol you drink, wanting to cut down on how much you drink, or making unsuccessful attempts to do so, spending a lot of time drinking, feeling a strong craving or urge to drink, failing to fulfill major obligations at work, school, or home, continuing to drink alcohol even though you know it's causing physical, social, and interpersonal problems, giving up or reducing social and work activities and hobbies, using alcohol in situations where it's not safe, such as when you are driving or swimming, or experiencing withdrawal symptoms such as nausea, sweating, and shaking when you don't drink, or drinking to avoid these symptoms. Alcohol use disorder can include periods of alcohol intoxication and symptoms of withdrawal. If you feel that you sometimes drink too much, it's causing problems, or your family's concerned about your drinking, talk with your doctor, a mental health provider, or seek help from a support group such as Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Stay with us. Ricardo Liborn has a check on sports when we come back.